Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and I do all things Cricut crafting as well as some faux foods. So this is the first video that I am starting off the Christmas season with. We just got one cute little craft that we're going to be working on, and then I'm so excited to show you what will be on my craft table for the Christmas season. I have, I think, 8 or 9 videos on just home decor crafts using my Cricut for my own house, and then I'll have a whole nother set of videos for stuff that I will be making for my friends and family. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this cute little craft that I have for today. And it seems really fitting to start off the Christmas season with a little bit of a Christmas countdown. So I have this frame. I actually bought it from Hobby Lobby, and it was on clearance, so originally $15, and they had it marked down to $3.74. And a little secret here, this is actually probably a spring. Actually, it says on the back of it, no it doesn't, it just says wall decor. But chances are this had some type of decor on here, and what I did, which I tend to do a lot in my channel, is I cut out cardstock and then craft board actually, and then place it and tape it in my frame here. So I do that because I don't want to have to paint, although in the Christmas crafts you'll be seeing coming up, there's going to be some painting that's involved, because I didn't want just to use a white background or a black background. I wanted to have a certain type of green, plus the frame is a lot bigger than the size of the cardstock that I had. So unfortunately I had to end up painting it anyways. One of the things that I notice when I do paint, and this is another reason why I try to use craft board when I can, is when I paint, you can still see the whatever was originally on there, and it doesn't sand off really well. It actually starts to ruin the board. So that's why I tend to put cardstock, because when I paint over it, you can still see the outline. Now, of course, it kind of goes away once you apply the vinyl, but if I can, like I said, it's just a lot quicker just to get the measurements and then cut it out and then tape it on there. So let's go ahead and push this to the side. I don't need it for right now. Let's cut out, oh, and also, well, I'll bring the second element to this frame here in a minute. And let's go ahead and weed this out. Now I'm using Oracal 651 for this. It's permanent vinyl. So in this crafting season, this is my first Christmas craft video I have ever done, and I'm really excited to go ahead and get that started. I love to craft for Christmas, but it just I don't know, we tend to travel around the Christmas time to go visit family and friends, and it just never seems to have enough time to get a whole lot of crafts done. So I'm actually trying to power through a lot of videos so I can get done, because I actually have a lot of Christmas crafts excuse me, and that I had bought over the years, and I tell myself every time, oh, I'm going to craft with it, and I never do. And I thought this season I'm going to try to use the things that I wanted to craft with, and that, because I have that idea, that means I got to do a whole lot of crafts. And it looks like I lost my eye a little bit here, or my dot to my eye rather. So let me just try to remedy that. Okay. Those darn dots, they're always so fun to deal with. And I also have a little apostrophe, because it just says days till Christmas. Now I'm going to go outside my norm of using black vinyl, and I know that I'm using black vinyl right now, but I have a lot of reds and greens this Christmas season that I'm going to be using, and I bought a whole lot of the Oracal just because they actually have the right red and green that I really want to use. So you'll see it in the upcoming videos. You won't see it in this video, of course. So sometimes if you just cut the bulk of the vinyl away, it makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to weed out your design, especially when you have such thin fonts. And this is an SVG that, actually, no, I take this back. It is not an SVG. I just found a font that I liked and paired it with Times New Roman. That's, again, I really just love that font with a script font. And I just typed it out. So this was not an SVG. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to not ruin this. This M here just does not want to come out. There we go. And I'm gonna have to come back and fix that M here. All right. So, okay, just pushing it down, it laid really nicely. And I think I should have at least weeded the middles first, just because of how thin the letters are. That tends to help, but this is actually not weighting too terribly. So luckily I lucked out on that. Okay. And there we go. So this is supposed to go on the bottom here, and then I actually already weeded out one of them, and then because I actually thought that I made the numbers too large, and luckily I didn't. And what I'm going to do is have a little countdown. So like my reds, they're going to have the 0, 1, and 2 on them. And then all my greens will have the rest of the numbers. So that is just how it's going to be now. So I have these jumbo push pins that I got, I think, from Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if it's going to work quite well with this type of frame. But we're going to go ahead and try once we get everything into position. And then, of course, I'll have to take it in and out. And I wanted to use the yellow just to kind of make it the light on top of the Christmas tree-esque idea. I don't know, maybe the green, although the green I think would blend in too much with that. So the red is more of a burnt orange, so I don't think that would work. So we'll see if this works. If not, I'll have my husband put some nails in here and then call it a day. So that's my idea with these. Now I saw this online on Pinterest, I believe is what I saw it on, and they also had another idea that you could do with this if you want to, is drill holes and then have like fairy lights or some type of lights shining through it. And I wanted to do that, but I honestly just ran out of time and I just could not make that happen. But of course, if you have the time to do that, then I would say go for it. I think that would really make it look really nice. So I accidentally got my vinyl stuck on the other part of the vinyl. So what I'll do is I will try to get that off without ruining the vinyl. Oh, all right, and try to get this off here. All right, there we go. Patience, that's all you need when it comes to all things crafting. Let me just try to get this part off. There we go. And then looks like the 4 got cut into the 6. I think I got that too closely. I think I was worried about the amount of vinyl I had. I misjudged that. But what we'll do, we'll just leave that as is and then not trim or weed out that part that got overlapped into the 6, and it will be fine. Okay. Now, if that happens, you can simply recut it, but honestly, I'm okay with it. And if it bothers me that much, I can always just end up redoing it some other time, but I think that I'm not going to fuss with that. We got a lot of Christmas crafts to do in such a short amount of time. But I wanted to get my decor done first because I want to enjoy my home decor before the season's over with. Okay. So now I got to be really thoughtful of which one is going to go on which. So, all right. So I painted red on both sides because it will be 1 or 0, 1, and then 2. And I didn't really need to paint that. So let's go ahead and cut out the 0. Then we'll cut out the 1 and the 2. Okay. I was like, why do I have 2 2s and then 2 1s? And I realized, oh yeah, 11 and 22 days, right? Gotta think that through. All right. All right, let's push that aside, and then we'll cut that apart. And then use my transfer tape. And this transfers really nicely onto the little wood cutouts. Okay, let's go ahead and put this. Now, I think I'll have this on here. And of course, like, I will have a little area where I'll store these because they're all not going to be able to fit on the little push pin. So that will just be fine. And it's something that my daughter and I can do. Of course, I would handle the push pin, and she can help me switch it out. I think that'd be fun for her to do. She's like a little bit independent. She just has to do everything on her own. Sometimes you just got to hand it to her. Like, even though you just did it, and then she gets a little fussy, and then you got to, like, okay, here you go. You can do it again. I'll undo what I just did. And then one of her biggest things, she loves putting the lid on her drinks. And sometimes I will do it just automatically, and then she'll get really mad. And you kind of just have to pick and choose your battles. And I'll have to take it off and then put it back on there. And then she's satisfied. And it's literally, she doesn't twist it either. She just puts it on there. That's it. This one's not weeding out as nicely as I would have hoped. Let's see if we can work on this side. This is a lot better. Sometimes if you go at a different angle, that helps a lot. So just be mindful of that. And for those who are wondering, I bought these at Hobby Lobby. I actually have the little containers here. And they're called 8-wood rectangle key rings. And they come in, there's 8 of them. And that's all I needed is 8 because I use the front and back. And I guess you can use them for a keychain, but I'm not going to use it for a keychain. And they were $3.99, so 40% off. So paid like $2.10 or something like that. So essentially, let me move these over. You're going to have something that looks like this. I think that's really cute. Now, of course, if you wanted this more centered, you could have put Days Till on top and then Christmas. But I didn't like how it read, like Days Till 19 Christmas. Like, that just didn't make sense to me. So, I I decided just to put them all together. Plus, I wanted to save on the vinyl. The vinyl that I was using, I wasn't large enough to separate them, which is fine. I didn't really need them to be separated anyways. Like I said, I didn't really like how that would read out. So it worked out just fine. Okay, let's bring this in. And actually, this is the first exposure to the colors that I'm going to be using for this holiday season. You'll see a lot of the, let me just try to line this up real quick before I mess it up. You will see this red and green a lot throughout my videos. Let me look at it just real quick. I don't know if that's straight. I think it's a little crooked. There we go. Yeah, you'll see this a lot. I painted one of my blanks. They're not blanks, right? They're actually, the one blank that we'll be using is from Thanksgiving or their fall decor at Hobby Lobby, and I painted it in this green. So this is the color for the paint that you'll see quite a bit, and then you will see like the vinyl that I'll be using. It's pretty similar, but I think this transfer tape is losing its tack, so I might have to switch it here in a minute. All right, so let's bring this in. Okay, I'm just going to try to line it up. That's good. All right, there's two, and then this, I know there's one that I forgot to paint the back, and I don't think I need to, actually. I think I didn't have to, so that's why I left it like that. And I guess I could have put this in order, so that way I don't have to search for a new one, but I'm not that worried about it. It's not like it's going to be that much work. So I'm curious to see what everyone's working on for their crafts, and not for your house, and what crafts you're going to be making for your for your friends and family. Or if you're not, I mean, if you're not going to make anything for your friends and family, that's fine too, but I'm just curious what's on your craft table for what are you most excited about making. I think for me, this one is one of my things that I'm excited to make. And let's see, what else am I excited to make? I had purchased a lot of, now if you're my family, don't listen to this part, but I had purchased a lot of wood rounds from Michael's, and I'm going to be making, every year I try to make everyone the same thing, and I am making everyone like a door sign for their front door. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Okay, I think I might be able to fix that. Yep, there we go. That was not good. So I'll be doing that. And then I have a cute little idea that I'm going to surprise everyone with. So stay tuned for that. I was going to make I have quite a things that I want to make for everybody, but I'm just going to make sure I use, okay, there we go. I don't know if I'm going to have time. And if I don't, then it's just nature of the beast, and I don't even count them as like money spent, I guess, when I try to make sure I'm fair in spending, because it's just something that I love to do. And most of the stuff that I had was already in my craft room, so it's not like I'm spending a whole lot of money. Yes, I am spending time making it, but, and it's not about money either, obviously, but I don't know, it's like a bonus gift for me. Something that I made, and I enjoy doing it. So there you go. These are coming out awesome. So let's actually put these here. I I think that's just so pretty. I really like it. And I like how you can see the wood grain. Sorry if I'm out of frame here. I like how you can see the wood grain in the red. Not so much in the, well, you can in the green. But I just think that's coming out so pretty. So let's go ahead and continue and get the rest of these numbers on. Number, and it looks like I had an extra one. I think I thought I was going to end up using the whole pack and end up painting everything, but that's okay. You know what I was thinking, what I might do, because I'm going to put this up the day after Thanksgiving, I might end up painting this side, and then they're both like painting this red, and then this one remains green, and then put I don't know, some cute little design on it until it becomes 25 days of Christmas. I don't know, maybe that's what I'll end up doing. I mean, why not? I have it. Why not craft with it? Because I'm not going to be able to use it for anything else. At least not at the moment. I can't think of any other reason why I would need at least this one, because this one doesn't have any vinyl. So yeah, I think that this transfer tape is on its last transfer. You know, when you transfer stuff onto painted wood, or just wood in general, all that fibers and paint comes on, or sticks onto the transfer tape, and then let's make sure that I have that one, and then it just loses its tack. So okay, here we go. So I'm done with this. I'm going to retire that and then throw all of these away, and then we'll go ahead and I'll put that to the side. I don't want that to get mixed in. And then we will clean this up. And then we'll get this transferred. So let me get us some transfer tape. I think this should be good to go. And it is. So let me... Okay. Now, when you're transferring it onto cardstock, if that's what you ended up doing or you're going to do, just make sure that you're careful when you transfer it onto the cardstock and pull it up, because you don't want to obviously rip. That's why I tend to use craft board. Craft board is a super thick cardstock, essentially. I don't know what the pound is on it. I just know it's a lot thicker than your average cardstock. So, of course, you can use cardstock. They do make like a masking tape of some sort that is light on the tack, but it's not clear like this is. It's, you know, it has like a film on it. And to me, I used to use it all the time, and then it was hard to line things up. And so I thought, well, no, this is not going to be I'll use it if I really had to. Like, for example, if I decide I wanted to add a pattern paper to this instead, and pattern paper that I have is very thin, then I would use that masking tape. But it's not even called masking tape. I'm not even sure what it's called. But like I said, there is that option that you can purchase now. It's expensive in my opinion, but it will last you. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about that because I can go anywhere once this gets placed. And then we'll go ahead and add this. Now, of course, I want to kind of push it up a little bit. And then we want to make sure, yeah, let's go ahead and get this centered. I'm trying to think of if I wanted to use parchment paper, but I don't think I will. I think this is going to be just simple enough. All right, so let's get this put on here. So it took me a minute to get this lined up because this grid line, this is the reason I don't like this transfer tape. I'm trying to get through it, and I like that this grid line works really well with cards or the craft board amongst other materials, but it throws me when you don't have this grid line. Like, it's almost like I can't overlook this grid line to stare at this. So I don't know, honestly, if this is straight. And I like this because I had to lift it up because I think I had it really crooked. And then, but luckily, you know, if you place it on there really gently, now, not all materials it's going to work this way, because like acrylic or glass, it's like once it gets adhered, even if you don't even push on it, it sticks. So with this, you have a chance. And like I said, you can use that parchment paper, but I was hoping that it wouldn't have to use the parchment paper. So I don't know. Is it straight? Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. So yay. That does not always happen when I try to line things up. I am not I don't know, I have a hard time getting things lined up. And it's so funny, I used to pride myself on how well, I'm just going to read it up, well, see, look how crooked I am. I used to pride myself of how well I can do, like, draw a straight line. You know, when I studied architectural drafting, or drawing, I should say, I learned, you know, how to draw a straight line and all that fun stuff. And now these days, it's just like I can't get nothing lined up to save my life. All right, so enough of me complaining. Now what we'll do is we'll find a placement for this. And like I said, I'm just going to use, this is the first time I've used it, and there's still some tape on here. So my idea was to bring in a yellow push pin for both of them, and I think that would work because the orange, like, it's like a burnt red, so it would not look really good, and I think the green would. I would use the green if I had a red that would make sense. So then I would put green here and then red here, but because I don't, and of course, like I said, if this doesn't work, I don't even know if this will be able to, I'll be able to push this in. So that's first issue we got to work. The second issue is, I guess, to see if these will, how long they will last. I think I might have to just put a little nail in there, like a really thin nail, or short nail, excuse me, and then yeah. So all right, what I'll do now is I'm going to turn this to the side, and then I'm going to get out my pencil, and I honestly am not going to try to be like equal distance and equal distance. I'm not really. In fact, where I have them is pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll use, well, let's see here. I will try to get them as centered as possible. This is the only part I hate about crafting, is trying to align things. It is just not, excuse me, it's just not my jam. I don't know, let me know what if you don't mind this. I absolutely hate it. See how, I'll say, thought I was a little off. Yeah, I am a little off, so I can space that out a little bit better. All right, I'm really just trying to, I'm not really concerned. Well, I guess I am kind of, I was really just trying to focus on one of the little discs here and then worry about the other one. You know, I can offset it and all that and figure that out. But I'm just trying to get the placement of just the one. But I think I'm not going to worry about, honestly, if this is straight or not, because it's not going to get glued down. It's just going to hang there. So that I'm not worried about, but I'm worried about trying to find a center for this push pin and then go from there. So I think I might want to move this up just a smidge and then move that up. I think that's pretty well spaced out. And I like the spacing between each one. So I think what I'll do now is I'll hold, let's see here. I think what I'll do is use my pencil, mark the center, and then I will measure that. So let's see here. I know this is not the best way to measure it. In fact, I think I'll get my measuring tape. Of course, it's not. Well, this is a bummer. It's not exactly. Let's see how many eighths. Is this an eighth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's an eighth. So it's almost, you know what I'll do? I'm not going to overthink this. We'll just, I lost my pencil. There it is. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just move it up a hair. So we have 2, 4, so it's 1 inch and 5/8. And then also it is going to be, and you know, I think, just doing that because I don't want to have to measure it out this direction. I think that as long as it's somewhat close, then it should be fine. And wow, I'm almost straight. In fact, I was straight. We're just going to go with the original markings and just call it a day. All right. So what we'll do is we'll put that in there, and then actually no, we'll move that out, and then I'm just going to push this in. Yeah, this is not going to work. The only thing I can think of now, I don't have a hammer on me, but I'm going to use, oh, and I just ruined it. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be shown. Okay, well, yeah. So this is just how it's going to look. Well, I'm going to have to get my hubby, drill me some holes in here, and then we will just call it a day. I'm worried about if I push too hard, it might, you can see here, it's just, it might push out. I'm just really worried about that. So I don't want to, I'm going to try. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait a minute. It worked. All right. So I just need to apply just a tad bit of pressure. Now these are super long, so it is coming out the back, but what I'll do is I'll add some hot glue, to like a good healthy amount of hot glue, and then what I'll do is that way it'll be covered. Oh shoot, and I just bent this. So let me use, luckily I have another one. There we go. Okay, so this works, so I'll just get another one. Actually, these were going to be used for a different project. And, well, I didn't get a chance to do that. Okay. Oh, I love it. All right, where's my tube? There we go. What do you guys think? I think these turned out this turned out super adorable. And I mean, honestly, if you think about it, I had the scrap vinyl and I know these were on sale. So I paid like $2. So $2 plus the what is it? $3.74. So let's just say $4. So 2, 4 plus these were about, so $6 for this whole thing. And then, like I said, I already had the cardstock or the craft board, and I already had the vinyl. So this, I mean, I think this looks actually store-bought, a really good quality. Again, I wish that I took pictures of what it looked like before, because it just had some design on there, and I just turn it in. And every time Hobby Lobby puts their stuff on clearance, their decor, not so much their wood blanks, but their decor, I buy them up. You guys should see the stockpile I have. I probably have enough to fill every wall in my house, and my house is like 3,200 square feet. So it's a lot of wall space. But you know, I gift a lot and I make a lot, and I'm trying to get into selling down the road. But, yeah, I think that, just push this down a little bit. Anyways, so, you know, if you see it on clearance, even go to the thrift stores and buy their frames, because, they have a lot of good opportunities. You just gotta either deal with the painting or deal with adding the cardstock to it. So again, for what did I say? It was like $2, and this is not even $2, because you know I'm not using the whole thing. So we'll just call this, let's see here, I don't know, like 10 cents maybe. And I already had the vinyl. These were $2, and then so $5 for this thing. And it looks like you could buy it at, in my opinion, it looks like you can buy it from a store, a craft store, or a store in general. All right, well, I hope that you guys gained some inspiration, and maybe you can, again, another thing that you can do is drill holes in this, and then you can add some lights to light it up. I wanted to, but I just didn't have the time to do this. But anyways, hopefully you gained some inspiration. I hope that you are gonna be sure to subscribe to my channel, and also be sure to turn on that notification so that way you can be notified when my next craft video is coming up. As I said, just in my home decor alone, I have 8 videos that I will be making, plus 1 or 2 faux foods that I'm going to be making. I'm not going to focus on too much on that, just because I have a lot on my craft table for the Christmas season. And then I have a lot of videos that I have to make, or not so much videos, but I have a lot of crafts I have to make for friends and family for Christmas. So that will be coming up. So I have maybe 10, depending on how much crafts I need to make up for friends and family. So it could be 10 videos in total over the next, 5-7 weeks. So anyways, well, again, I hope you guys all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that you have a great start to the Christmas season, and thank you for watching my video. Bye guys.